Big up, everyone. Literally just walked straight through the door. No intro, no nothing. Um, Feeling very, very flat right now. And it's a missed opportunity, a massive missed opportunity. So everyone's saying that the league is done and dusted. Everyone that's saying that they're feeling confident. This is why we keep our feet firmly on the ground, people. What you saw tonight is the whole reason why we are still very, very cautious, why there is still question marks hanging over this football manager and players, not just the manager. There was too many players not performing tonight, people. Too many players not performing tonight. Very, very disappointed. All the glamour, all the glitz, the PR, the atmosphere before the game, the stupid red and white plastic bags that everyone was holding up. Yeah, the whole shebang was there. There was singing in the pubs before the game. We got wet. It was soaking. We got absolutely soaked going down to the station. We were sitting there freezing cold, soaking wet. And they come out with that performance, people. Unacceptable. And there's the difference between champions and a team that's not won anything. Liverpool showed why they were why they're champions. Doesn't matter what season they're having. Doesn't matter how their season is going. Doesn't matter how it'll end up. They came to the Emirates tonight and showed why they were champions. They bossed that second half, and they bossed quite a lot of the first half. In fact, they looked comfortable in possession. They looked easy on the eye. They never looked panicked. And if they'd have had a striker, if Arteta had been fit, we'd have lost that game. We'd have lost that game. Pure and simple, we were second best in a lot of areas. Before I go on to the players, I just want to say that if you think this title's won, if anyone watching this thinks that this title is won, think again. It's not won. It is not won at all. Because we are capable of putting in them performances. Why? Because we've not won anything. We've got a manager that hasn't won anything. We've got players that haven't won anything. Unacceptable. 8 points clear we could have got at Man City. And I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, yeah, but it was a point. We still got a point. We're still 6 points clear. We're still 6 points clear. The same people that were saying we will win 4-0, 3-1, 3-0, all this. Even I said we would win 2-1. I knew it'd be tight. I didn't think it'd be a kind of, easy. But I honestly thought we'd won. Once again, I'm really annoyed with myself because I started to have that bit of excitement. Yesterday on the mingle with Normski and you guys in the chat, and big up to everyone in the chat. Really sorry I'm late. The trains, it's been a nightmare. Soaking, wringing wet, absolutely cold, freezing cold, wet, damp, miserable. Trains were an absolute nightmare coming home. I've literally just walked through the door. I've thrown my coat on the side and I've come straight live, people. Not even, nothing. And it's just been, do you know what? I wish I hadn't bothered. Wish I hadn't bothered. And listen, I want to be upbeat. But again, I was led into a false sense of security. Yesterday on the mingle, as I was about to say, we was all upbeat, we was all excited. We had that feeling, didn't we? Oh, 8 points clear. Yeah. 8 points clear. Let's go and do the job. Beat Liverpool. Even I was like, that's Liverpool, This is why the likes of me, the likes of Aaron, the likes of Lee, the likes of Northside, the likes of Shane, Matty, Normski, Rashid, If Jez, if Kenny, if I've missed anyone out, I apologise. This is why we keep it 100. Because 1 minute you're up here, the next minute you're down there. I can handle playing badly. In fact, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be 100 with you. We haven't played as bad as that all season. But what have we been saying? It's not been pretty. It's been an effort. It's not flowed. The attack has not flowed. We haven't been blowing teams away with any conviction. Yeah, second half against Aston Villa. But the first half against Aston Villa, we should have been 2-0 down. If they weren't forced to make a substitution to their midfield player, Nana, who was running the show, that whole game would have been completely different. We've stumbled over the line in games, in a lot of games. Wolves dragged a point up against Chelsea, dragged a point against Sunderland. Step pieces, own goals. And tonight, that second half, we couldn't even put two passes together. It was an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And I'll be honest with you, I was sitting there watching it live, and Liverpool played some good football through that midfield and opened up our midfield centrally as if nothing was there. It was only because they got into the final third that they kind of lacked a little bit of idea because they didn't have a striker. And if Arteta had been on that park, if they'd have had a striker tonight, we'd have lost that game. Pure and simple. So again, we got out of jail. We don't look like scoring. We haven't got a striker. We haven't got a striker. We've paid 70 million pounds for a prime Andy Carroll. There's no striker at Arsenal. He didn't even look like scoring. Ball's coming across the face of the goal. He's not even there. He doesn't anticipate. He doesn't go forward, then cut back to the penalty spot to try and get on the end of a cutback. I'm sorry. Listen. Yeah, tactics, not the right manager, not the right team. I'll give you that. But it's just a bad marriage. He's married the wrong football club. Big up everyone that's in. Sorry guys, I've not been highlighting your chats. I'm livid, man. I'm absolutely livid. Big up to everyone that's in. Lux is in. Man like Danso. I'll get some of your conversation. I'll get some of your Lego head settings massively. We've been lucky in a lot of games as well as tonight. Liverpool were a better team. Facts. No striker will do well under pressure. This manager, he's an absolute joke. Facts. He weren't the only one. 70 minutes I was taking a point. Yeah, point sadly. The manager was even taking a point. When Arteta knew he couldn't win that game, the players could even feel it. He's making substitutions at 75. He's bringing on Eze and Madueke at 75 minutes. Odegaard should not have even come out for the second half. Oh, big game. Massive game again. Big team, big game. You want your captain. Come on, captain. Let's go and take us over the line. Let's go and grab them points and let's take it by the scruff of the neck, shall we? No, gone missing. Where have we seen that before? Where have we seen Odegaard go missing in big games? Oh, we saw it last season and the season before. Oh, and we saw it again tonight. Saka, finished. Injury done him. Injury's done him. Injury's done him. Saka's, he's at his level now. He can't go up another level. That's it. That is it. Saka is Saka now. He ain't going up any more levels. You can kid yourself all day long. You can live in the past because you don't want to talk about the history from previous managers, but you're happy to talk about the history of Saka and Odegaard, what they've done in 2023-22 season. Oh, you're happy to talk about that? Of course you are. Let's talk about this season right now when it matters. Saka is half the player he was, and Odegaard is the same player he was. Both of them have not gone up any more levels than what they had previous. In fact, they've got worse. I agree, Kawaja, the game in a row, we were the worst. And yeah, I'd have started Jesus tonight. That's saying something, people. I'd have started Jesus. He needs to start now. He needs to start. Bring Gyokeres off the bench. He might do better as a super sub. He might do better off the bench. Oh, but he creates space for other players. No, he don't. He tries to control the ball and miscontrols it. And the ball bounces and goes to one of our players and they cross it in for Declan Rice's goal the other day. Oh, but he creates. He's a space invader. He creates space. Not what we bought him for. Bought him to score goals. We bought him in games like tonight. That's why we got Gyokeres. When the game needs winning. That's the reason why we paid £70 million. That's the reason why everyone was banging on about we need a striker. In games like tonight against Liverpool. Where was he? I know. Big up everyone in the house. Make sure that you sub, smash a like. You know what to do, people. Thank you very much for joining me. I know it's late, but I've got to let off steam. Honestly. And the Arsenal, there's Arsenal fans singing as they come out the stadium. Singing. Arguing with Liverpool fans. Saying that we're going to be champions. What's it like to have your title taken away from you? Liverpool fans going, well, we won it last year and we've won the European Cup, I don't know how many times, and we've come to the Emirates and bossed the game tonight. Oh, and we've taken 4 points from you this season. It's embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. Bring Marino up front. I would have him DJB. Anyone up front. I'll tell you what, I'll play up front. I'd rather play with a false nine. Big up, man. People can't moan about Liverpool then where the delaying pass is going. It was slow. It was slow. And I'll tell you what, the one thing that annoys me with David Raya, Madueke in the second half made a busting run and all he had to do was ping him long ball. And he holds onto the ball, he dilly-dallies, he throws it out in front of him, then he puts his foot on it. Too slow. Get the fucking game moving. Get it moving. Get the ball moving. Lewis Skelly's looking good at left back, isn't he? Oh, he's better than Ashley Cole. What a left back. Mikel's a genius. Look what he's turned him into. Crap. Players getting in behind him, not goal side, loses flight of the ball, doesn't look over his shoulder, don't know where the player is. Players coming inside of him, outside of him. He's not a left back, he's a midfield player. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up of making excuses for these players now. Yeah, I'll rip into the manager. You know my feelings about the manager. I don't think he's good enough. If he gets over the line tonight, if he gets over the line this season, I'll understand it if they give him another season, but that's it, minimum. I don't want him here another 3-4 years. I don't want him signing more contracts for 3 and 4 or 5 years because I couldn't stand this again. I can't go through going to the Emirates and going to matches and seeing that crap. week in, week out. Give him a year, see if he can retain it. If he can't retain it, cheerio. And that's me being generous, people. That's me really being generous. Fed up with it. I would have started Marino. No. I'm sorry. I disagree. Why is everyone jumping on Marino now? He's a midfield player, a makeshift striker. We've got strikers at the club. We've got Gyokeres and Jesus. Coach them. Coach them to score goals. Change the system. Change the system. Sorry, man. I don't want to see Marino. He's not good enough. But I can understand where you're coming from. He scores more goals than Gyokeres. Give you that, Sahal. 100%. Don't know how you still do it in, week out. This way, I mean, you have to because it's in you. I can't not. Arteta cannot win the game, but you cannot lose the game. Typical Arteta. Yeah. I've not. Do you know what? I've not even listened to his press conference. I daren't listen to his press conference. I have to calm down first. I have to calm down. Big up, Lawrence. Just seen Robbie on AFTV blaming the weather. Absolute fucking div. Excuse my language. What a melt. What a absolute melt. Honestly, what a dry lunch. Blaming the weather. I'll tell you what about blaming the players? What about blaming the manager? Gerd Muller Trophy in Portugal. Gyokeres is awful. Shame, innit? I feel sorry for the guy. And look, for the record, I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's just a bad player at Arsenal Football Club. I don't believe he's a bad player. I'm with Lee and Matty and all them. I think he's a brilliant player. But at Arsenal Football Club, you have to look at it for what it is. And in a red and white shirt in North London, he's crap. I'm sorry. If he goes elsewhere and bags goals, which I'm sure he will, good luck to him. But for Arsenal Football Club, he's awful. He's up there with Lee Chapman and the rest of them. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it. If someone can show me, then fine. I don't see it. And I'm fed up of making excuses. Oh, yeah, but he brings players into play. He barges defenders out the way. He shows his strength. He drags 5 defenders. No, he don't drag 5 defenders anywhere. Virgil van Dijk. Lovely. Easiest game he's ever played. Guy's not even sweating. He wasn't even breaking sweat. He wasn't turned. Nothing. Verts looked tidy tonight. Verts is starting. And I'll tell you another thing, right? I've seen enough of this Liverpool team tonight. Not brilliant vintage Liverpool, but I've seen enough of Liverpool tonight that if we do win the Premiership, they're going to spend in the summer and they're going to be even a better team next season. And you think this manager is the manager to retain the title or go close again? Doesn't matter who the striker, they'll never receive the ball with backward passing. I know. It's slow. I keep saying it. Gyokeres don't react to slow, methodical, slow, sideways, slowing the game down. He doesn't. It's not his bag. He likes it quick, in behind the defenders, the odd long ball for him to run onto. As I said, it's not a dig at Gyokeres. It's the fact that when he's playing for Arsenal in a red and white shirt, the poor man has come to the wrong club. He's come to the wrong club. He's poor. Skelly's fallen off. Martinelli, dreadful. Trossard didn't have a very good game. Rice looked leggy. Zubamendi. Oh, he's world class. World class players don't play like that when you can go 8 points clear in a Premiership race. That's not how world class players play. In big games, when it matters and there's a lot at stake, world class players don't put in performances like that. We haven't got a world class player at the football club. All right. So let's put that to bed right now. We've got good players, very good players, excellent players, but they're not world class. Patrick Vieira was world class. Liam Brady was world class. Thierry Henry, world class. Dennis Bergkamp, world class. Perez was borderline world class. We ain't got world class players at our football club. How many teams got into Liverpool this season, then watch us? Piss poor. It is piss poor. Eze, microwave on the bench. Yeah. Michael Thomas brings him on the 75th minute. 75th minute. '75th minute when Odegaard is absolutely not doing anything. Saka done nothing. 75th minute. We're shouting from the stands. Make the substitutions. 55 minutes. Make a sub. 60 minutes. Make the sub. 60. Make the sub. Shouting, screaming. Madness. Why are the players looking tired? This is why Hincapié got injured. Another muscle injury. Yeah, he's finished. He's gone. Skelly at left back, people. There's your one. Told you, it can all turn sour, can't it? It can all turn very, very sour very quickly. Couple of injuries, couple of bad results. Like Man City's drawn 3 and 4. We could easily do that now. We've got to go to Nottingham Forest now. That's a must-win game. That's a must-win game. Oh, and it's a must-win game for them as well because they're in a relegation battle. I think that's a tea time kickoff as well. Yeah. Hope we win the League Cup and kick Arteta if he's lucky. And keep Arteta if he's lucky. We win the league title, he gets another season, or by some miracle, the Champions League. Either way, everyone's satisfied. Yeah, of course we'll all be satisfied. But do you want him for another 4? Because that's the deal on that will be the deal on the table. I don't know. But if he wins the Premiership, there'll be another 3, 4, 5 year deal on the table. I'm happy to give him another season. And that's really, with my arm behind my back. And I get it. I understand it. I totally get it if they give him another year. But do I want him there for another 3, 5 years? No. Because I'll be seeing performances like that. Our defence is up there in world class. Collectively, I would say that our defence is probably up there collectively as a defensive unit. Individually, I'm sorry, we ain't got no Maldinis in the team. We ain't got no Bareses in the team. Gabriel is a quality player, probably one of the best in Europe, walks into most teams. But listen, this is half of our problems as Arsenal fans. We put them on a pedestal. That performance tonight was unacceptable. You can call them world class, you can call them what you like. That performance tonight was unacceptable. When you are going for Premiership titles and you've got a chance to go 8 points clear, you show a little bit more than that. Apparently Liverpool are crap. This is what I'm hearing. Liverpool fans coming out the ground. Arsenal fans saying, oh, you're shit, you're crap. Really? Well, if they're crap and they're shit, what are we then? Because they bossed that game in the second half completely. What does that make us then? All I ever ask is just for certain Arsenal fans to just be a bit more realistic and stop coming up with all these quadruples and this, that, and the other. It's just not. Just don't do it. Just be realistic. The facts of the matter is we've got a manager that hasn't won anything. We've got a lot of players that haven't won anything. I think Declan Rice with West Ham, Saka was on the bench when we won the FA Cup. Just be realistic. Liverpool showed that they've won a Premiership title. They showed in that second half. Yeah, they weren't. Raya didn't have to do a lot, but they was in control of the game. They never looked as if they were going to get beat. We had a few little moments where the ball fizzed across the box. That was it. Didn't really look. I mean, they hit the bar, didn't they? You know, it's just like. I thought it was in, by the way, in the first half. As soon as it left his boot, I thought, this is in. This is a goal. George Graham is 80 years old, but he'd do. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, George was a fucking best football manager Arsenal's ever had. Manager got it all wrong tonight. Seen this before. Deja vu. Yeah. You'll see it time and time and time again, people. You'll see it time and time and time again. That's why we keep saying, keep your feet on the ground, take it game by game. Don't get too ahead of yourself, because at the end of the day, the same manager is in charge who was in charge last season and the season before and the season before. It's the same manager. Tactically, he had no clue what to do tonight. His in-game management tonight, in that second half, when Liverpool was bossing it, he was clueless. He never had a clue. He didn't change the formation. He didn't put Martinelli down the middle. He didn't go 4-4-2. He didn't swap Saka on the left or Madueke on the left. He did not try anything. He didn't try to bamboozle them in any shape, way or form. And he done that against PSG in the semi-final of the Champions League. He stuck to his same regimental principle and his same formation. And he wondered why Liverpool had a stroll in the park. And this is what worries me with his football manager. His in-game management, and I keep saying it, in vital games, in big games, when you need points or when you need to go to the next level of the cup competition, he's found wanting. He's found wanting. Yes, he will win games. Yes, he's done well where we are. 6 points clear in January. Over the moon. Brilliant. But what can you come up with when it really, really matters? When you want to go I want to go 8 points clear. I don't want to go into that Forest game. I don't want to go to Nottingham Forest all nervous. I want to go Nottingham Forest and thinking, well, if we do draw against Nottingham Forest, it don't matter. We're 8 points clear. Yeah, I want to win, but like it won't be a disaster. Now we've got to go Forest and win. Because City have watched that now and gone, hang on, we got out of jail here. We got out of jail here. We win our next games, we're back in it. We're back in it. Sick and tired of it. He doesn't gamble. Because his first thought, when Liverpool were on top and when Liverpool were bossing it, his first thought was, how do I not lose this match? Not, what can I do to go and win it? What can I do to change the narrative of the football match? What can I do for Arsenal to be on top of them? Do I go 4-4-2? Do I put Madueke on the left and keep Saka on the right? Do I put Martinelli down the middle with Jesus and go 4-4-2? Do I take Zubimendi off? Keep Odegaard on? Bring on Eze? Put Odegaard in the 8? What do I do? Does nothing. Doesn't do anything. And I'm not allowed to question the manager. When I've gone all that way in the piss in the rain, freezing cold, it's taken me an hour and a half to go from North London to East London, and I'm not allowed to question him. Reality check today, got to be brave to win titles. We have to win these home games by all means. Winning the League Cup is crucial, can't afford draws. Big up, Chechenia. Sorry if I've not pronounced your name wrong, but big up. Thank you for your super chat, bro. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciated. Bless, man. Yeah, I've said it. I've said it. When you're going for titles, you win your home games. Regardless who you're playing, you win your home matches. You don't drop points at home. Then if you go away and you have a bit of a tough time and you have an off day and you get a draw away from home, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. We've got Man United to come to the Emirates yet. We've got a North London derby to play yet. Away. We've got to go to the Etihad. We've got to go to the London Stadium, West Ham, when they're fighting relegation. They might need that to stay up. We've got some tricky. We've got to go to Ellen Road, Leeds United. Oh, it's only Leeds. Don't know what you're talking about, DJB. We'll smash them 4-0, 5-0. Have you seen Leeds playing at the moment? Have you seen the way Leeds United are playing football at the moment, anyone? Because I have. I'm impressed. I'm not confident about going to Ellen Road and getting 3 points. What when you got players playing like that? No midfield tonight at all. None. No striker, no midfield. And the defence just done what the defence does. Because that's what they do. Apart from when Skelly came on and it was all open, we was getting exposed. We was getting exposed. Massively exposed. Big up, Binks. Arteta was hoping to scam that game on a set piece. Yep. Did you see him at the set piece coaching? Like, yeah, Binks. Do you know what? Do you know the sad thing is watching Arsenal at the Emirates at the moment? Shall I tell you the sad thing? The biggest cheer is when we get a corner. When we get a corner. Should have heard it. Them dying moments of that game in the second half, the one corner we got. Honestly, you'd thought we'd scored. That's even the fans rely on corners. We're now brainwashed. I've got some fans calling corners penalties. Oh, we got a penalty. We got a penalty. Where have we got a penalty? What? VAR? What's happening? What's going on? What? That's a corner, but it's a penalty, isn't it? Because we score from them. I mean, it's crazy. £1 billion spent, and the crowd get more excited over a corner than they do open play. Oh, but I'm negative because I'm stating facts. I'm there. I'm listening to it. I'm watching with my own eyes, listening with my own ears. DJ, Portuguese league's quality, not the issue. Sporting cooked Man City last season. Lux, yeah, 100%. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. That guy scores goals. He's a goal scorer. That's why teams wanted him. That's why we paid the money for him. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. But unfortunately, he's not the right fit for Arsenal Football Club. He doesn't fit the bill. He's like a wrongly sized wedding suit. You walk down the aisle and everyone turns their head and goes, "Oh, that's a bit tight, that jacket." He's wrongly matched. I don't see what he does. I don't see it. He's poor. As I said to you the other night, his name will score more goals in Scrabble. Score more points in Scrabble. He never changes the system and try to play Gyokeres and Jesus together. No, he just goes like for like with substitutions. He's predictable. This is what we've been saying, Nick's man. This is what we've been saying. He doesn't gamble. You got a chance to go 8. You got a chance to go well clear. You got a chance for that stadium to be absolutely rocking. You got a chance to lay a marker down. What have you done? You've unlocked the door and you've gone to Pep. In you come. In you come. Sorry, you've been outside all night in the cold. Sorry about that, Pep. Here's the door. In you come. What you want? Tea, coffee? What do you want? Put your feet up. Crazy. Decent manager would coach and improve these players. No one's improved, really. Saka's not improved. Don't tell me otherwise. Saka should be levels now. He should be levels. Odegaard should be levels. Martinelli should have been levels. Where was your captain tonight? Where was the guy on the field that was actually grabbing the ball by the horns? As Kenny would say, where was that player tonight that was putting their nuts on the table and dragging this team through? Like you saw Patrick Vieira back in the day, Tony Adams, Frank McClintock. Great leaders, great captains, getting older players, giving them a good shake-up. Where was that tonight? It was just a stroll in the park. And they fucking knew, because they didn't come round clapping the crowd. They knew. As I said, I think the manager's in-game management in certain games, in big games, sucks. But the players didn't do themselves justice tonight. They were poor. They were poor. Seriously, it was poor. And you've got to call it out for what it is. Because I'm not keep my. I don't want to hear excuses. Don't want to hear excuses. Were there any boos at the half full time? No, of course there weren't. Of course there weren't, Doc. Not a big enough club, are we? Not a big enough club. The standards at our club, that's acceptable. That's the standards we're at now. That is acceptable. There was lots of photos being taken at half time, full time, and music playing, and clapping, and singing in the concourse, and singing as you come out the ground, and mocking and taking the piss out of Liverpool. How can you take the piss out of Liverpool fans when they've won it, when they've seen everything and they've won everything? Yeah, there was all of that going on, Doc. No booing, no. Perhaps if we booed that performance, perhaps it would have given them a kick up the backside to say, yeah, we're 6 points clear, but we're not fucking happy. We're not happy. It should have been 8 points. That performance is unacceptable. But no, it's all like, you know, it don't matter. We got a point. We're still 6 points clear. Don't know what you're moaning about. Not moaning, I'm just giving you facts. Just telling you as it is. Madueke is more of a winger. I don't know what Saka is. Maybe you put him back to left back. Not a bad shout. He done all right at left back when he played there before. Because Skelly is a liability. Oh, and who's been saying that Skelly's not a left back? Play him in midfield. Why do we need to buy a midfield player? Put Skelly in there. Make him our Morgan Rogers. Turn Skelly into our Rogers, into our Aston Villa's Rogers. Coach him into a proper midfield player because that's his position. How many streams have I been saying that on in the last year? No, he's a left back. Arteta's a genius. Look what he's done to him. He's up there with Ashley Cole. He ain't even up there with Ashley Cole right now. Ashley Cole getting out of bed of a morning is better than what he is. He's poor. Let's call it for what it is. Why do we have to keep like, oh, don't say that. It's our Skelly, isn't it? It's our Miles Lewis Skelly. Don't say that. And Gyokeres, he's all right. He makes runs and creates space and he you know, he brings players into games and he drags defenders away from them so they can go and score. Well, why ain't Saka on 10, 15 goals this season then? Why ain't Odegaard on 10 goals? Why ain't Trossard on 15 goals if that's his job? Why ain't all these midfield players on double figures? If Gyokeres' job is to create space so they can go and score goals. Why is Gabby one of our top goal scorers? Gabby Magalhaes, 20 goals for Arsenal Football Club. A centre half. Static, big up, my friend. Big up. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. 42 likes. Come on, like and subscribe. Big up, Lynch. I'm not happy, Lynch, man. I'm not happy, Lynch, but big up to you, bro. I'm not happy. And we shouldn't be happy. If we've got standards at this football club and we demand standards, we've missed a big opportunity there, brother. We have missed a massive opportunity there. Huge. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I'm looking at the manager and I'm going, change it. Change it. Odegaard's dropping a stinker. Saka's not on it. Change it. Change it. 75 minutes in. Liverpool bossing the second half, Lynch. Bossing it. Looking comfortable. Looking easy. Nice little 1-2s. Nice little triangles. Just knocking the ball around our midfield as if they're nothing. As if knocking them over like chess pieces on a board. Yeah, kicking them down the road like tin cans. Frimpong getting in brilliant positions out on the wing because Skelly's like looking at the stars, looking up at the weather, trying to find out if it's raining or not. Yeah? And you're looking at the manager and you're going, right, change it up, freshen it up. 55 minutes, freshen it up, do something. Go 4-4-2. There you go. Put two up top. Put Martinelli into the middle. Put Madueke on the left. Or put Saka on the left, Madueke on the right. Do something. Try something different. Bamboozle them. You needed to drag Frimpong away. You needed to pull Virgil van Dijk out of that position. You needed to move him. What did we do? Stuck to the same thing. Stuck to the same pattern. Played the same way. Like for like substitutions. What was the result? 0-0. I've not looked at his press conference. Don't want to hear his post-match reaction. Don't want to hear his crap. Sick of him. If he doesn't win this Premiership, if he doesn't win this league, he can win the FA Cup, he can win the Carabao Cup, he can do a domestic double. If he does not win this Premiership, I want him gone on the day he loses it. Not at the end of the season. Gone. Finished. Out of here. If he does win it, I'll understand him being here next season. But don't be giving him 4 or 5 year contracts. Shifty, I know. He's a melt, and he's an absolute dingload. Martinelli has apologised on Instagram. Fuck him right and all. Kim right and all. Dragging a player off the pitch like that when the geezers... Listen, I'll give you this, right? I know professional football players try it on every now and then and game management and all that. But the way he cleared the ball and twisted is all you need to know how serious that injury could be. When a player goes down and he hasn't been in a tackle, or he's gone down after clearing a ball, or knocking a ball off the line, knocking a ball off for a throw-in, knocking the ball off for a corner, or clearing his lines and he goes down, it normally indicates a serious injury. Either a hamstring, a pulled muscle, or a knee injury. Martinelli should have known that that might have been something serious. And I ain't defending him. I'm not defending him. A player that's had several injuries himself. I feel let down. Lynch, how many times is this manager going to let us down? How many times is he going to let us down? How many times the captain going to let us down? That's why we call it out, brother. That's why we call it out. That's why we call it out. DJB, I'm okay, man. I'm furious with the horrendous performance at home. Humongous opportunity being squandered again. Yeah. And there'll be more. There'll be more. I'm not saying we ain't got a brilliant chance of winning the league. So before anyone puts any comments in or they've watched it back, I'm not saying for 1 minute we haven't got a chance and we've blown it. We're still in a very, very good position. But boy, we could have been in a better position. And there are alarm bells. There's red flags. There's evidence of seasons gone by where we've blown it. We haven't got a goal scorer. Everyone was banging on about a goal scorer for games like this tonight. Oh, if only we had a number 9, we'd have won that game. Liverpool can say that tonight. If they'd have had Arteta out there, we'd have lost. 100% would have lost that game. We had a number 9. That's why we bought him. We bought Gyokeres for the moments like tonight. And we still can't score. Set piece went well tonight, didn't it? Free kicks went well. You don't concede corners against Arsenal, you got a chance of getting a result. You don't concede any corners against Arsenal Football Club, and you've got a brilliant chance of walking out of there with either a point or 3 points. Now that's not rocket science. All of you legends in the chat, you don't need to have your coaching badges to work that one out, do you? So if we can work it out, how do you think the professional coaches and managers are doing? Right, what we've got to do is don't give away a corner. Give away a throw-in. Give away free kicks on the halfway line. Just try not to give away corners. Yeah? Push him out wide. Don't give a corner away. I see Arsenal fans laughing at Liverpool fans for what Martinelli did, but if he roles was reversed, I know it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crap. It's like mental. It's mental. Should have heard the Arsenal fans because after the game, I have to come past the away end, and all the away fans are coming out the ground, and Liverpool fans are happy. Of course, they're happy. They've come to the Emirates and got a point. Why wouldn't they be happy? When all season long they've had rammed down their throats how brilliant this Arsenal team is by pundits, by media, by Arsenal fans, certain channels on YouTube. World-class players, world-class manager, top this, top that, fantastic. That's all Liverpool fans have had to put up with all season since they won the title. How brilliant this football team is, the depth, the squad depth, blah, 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 blah. And they come to the Emirates and boss it. They come to the Emirates and own it. They've took the goals, they've took the goalposts away from home, you know, everything. They've owned it. So why wouldn't they, after travelling all the way from Merseyside in the pissing rain and the freezing cold, getting rained upon for 90 odd minutes, why wouldn't they be happy coming out of a stadium? And you got Arsenal fans giving it to them as if we've won everything, as if we're the champions. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Yeah, with a win, you could have buried Aston Villa. We've just opened the door. Pep's having a glass of wine with Arteta now. He's unlocked his back door and he's gone walking straight in. Gyokeres scapegoated as usual as the reason why we didn't win already. Yeah, I'm not scapegoating him. I'm not using him as a scapegoat. Gyokeres is not the reason why we drew tonight. I'm just putting that out there. Terry, Gyokeres is not the reason why we drew tonight. There was 101 reasons why we drew tonight. Gyokeres was part of it. He wasn't the main part of it. But if you're going to sit me down and ask me an honest question, what do I think of Gyokeres? I think he's a good player, but at Arsenal, he's crap. We're all ripping into Kai Havertz, and rightly so. We're all slagging off Kai Havertz. I look forward to the podcast with Lee Gunner on Monday about this game. Oh, I'll tell you, man, it's going to be fireworks. Absolute fireworks. I'm fed up with it now. I'm just fed up with it. I'm just fed up with getting let down. let down. I wanted to beat Liverpool. Liverpool, one of my rivals. I was brought up on Liverpool and Man United. I weren't brought up on Spurs. Spurs have always been crap. Chelsea have always been crap. They've only been since before the Abramovich era. Chelsea was just a mid-table team. Man City was a yo-yo team. They went down to Division 1. They went down to Division 2. They came back up again. They were mid-table. They'd languished round the bottom. Man City were no better than, bless them, West Ham. Until they had all the money ploughed into them. Other than that, they were just nothing. So Liverpool and Man United have been my rivals. They've been my main two teams. They're the teams that you want to beat season in, season out. You want to go to Anfield and get a result. You want to bring them at the Emirates and get a result. You want to go to Old Trafford and get a result. You want to bring them to the Highbury or the Emirates and get a result. With that, I'm walking past the away end and I've got Liverpool fans singing, where's your European Cup? Where's your European Cup? You think you're champions? Yeah. They were singing all sorts. Rightly so. We ain't won nothing. We ain't won nothing. You have to suck it up. That second half was diabolical. Yeah, it was diabolical. Lynch, the first half weren't very good either, to be honest with you. I think the first 15 minutes we showed a little bit of, I thought, oh yeah, we're coming out on top here, but that was adrenaline. But once Liverpool got control of it, once they nullified, once they sorted Gyokeres, once they sort of looked at Gyokeres running down dark alleys and not getting a pass, once they sorted Saka out, once they sorted Odegaard, I think someone clumped Odegaard in the first 10 minutes. That was gone. He was gone for the rest of the game. And Rice is blowing out of his backside. He looks knackered. Zubimendi he just didn't bother tonight. World-class Zubimendi, Super Mendy, game changer. He decided not to play tonight. Nah, fuck it. Don't feel like it. Bit wet, bit cold, bit damp. Don't want to know. Do you know what, right? Another thing, watch David Raya as well. He does more coaching than what Mikel Arteta does. He runs out of his goal. He runs over to the touchline, starts coaching and taking instructions. Then he runs up to players on the edge of the box when it's our free kick. He's running the length of the pitch to coach them, to tell them what to do. This is the goalkeeper. Fucking embarrassing. Get in goal. What are you doing? The captain should be doing that, and the manager. What are you doing running the whole length of the pitch? Raya nearly got chipped again. Yeah, absolutely. Zubimendi was centre back. Bill Saliba was foraging forward. Yeah, I know. You couldn't make it up, could you, Darren? You couldn't make it up. Raya was telling Odegaard what to do. Yeah. Was I the only one? I mean, I saw it live. I think we had a free kick and he's come hurling down and he was saying some sort of bollocks and all of that. I don't know what he was saying. What are you doing? Get in goal. You're a goalkeeper. Who do you think you are? I just don't get it. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine like David Seaman or like all of that running out the goal when Tony Adams was about? Yeah, they go, what the fuck are you doing? Get in goal. I'm the captain. I'm telling them what to do. The whole like show before the kick. Oh, it's embarrassing. So we had the light show, the epoxy plastic bags, white and red. I didn't even hold mine up. Plastic bags, so it all looked red and white all around the stadium. Light shows. Yeah, all the pomp, all the parade, putting on all the glam and glitz as if Liverpool were coming to the champions. Liverpool strolled out. They've gone, yeah, we've seen all this before. We've seen all this before. They've just strolled out onto the pitch. Fans were taking the piss. Virgil van Dijk, washed up Virgil van Dijk, awful Virgil van Dijk. Absolutely horrendous Virgil van Dijk. Hasn't played well all season. He's washed, he's gone. Stroll in the park. Didn't even break sweat. Didn't even break sweat. On the halfway line, DGB Rao instructing the captain. Yeah. He went further than the halfway line. He was on the edge of their box at one point when we started a free kick. Edge of the box. And then he runs over when there was a break in play. I can't remember whether there was an injury or a break in play. He's running over to the touchline, telling players what to do, and then he's running to the centre in the middle, and then giving his instructions in the middle, and then he fucks off back into his own goal. Brilliant goalkeeper, but he winds me up. He thinks he's absolutely one. He thinks he's special. He thinks he's so good. Honestly. And he takes so long to get the ball moving. He'll throw it out. He'll do that backspin where the ball just comes back to you. Then he'll pick it. Then he'll throw it again. Then he'll roll it with his foot. Meanwhile, players are running around all over the place, all over the pitch, wanting to come on in. Come on, get it going. Come on. No. I'm just waiting for Liverpool to get all their men behind the ball first. Right, Verts, you in position? Van Dijk, are you okay? Can I say you all in position? And Gyokeres, are you back goal side yet? Right, okay now. I now will pass the ball. Yeah? That is ridiculous. People wanted Eze on, and not surprisingly. Should have come on at half time. Do you know what, right? If you're a football manager, what is one of the best motivational skills that you could do? Because it happened to me when I used to play amateur level. You'd be sitting in that dressing room at half time, and one of your key players or the captain, if they're not putting a shift in, you say to them, get your tracksuit on. You're not going out in the second half. And all the players go, get it on. He's just told the captain to put his tracksuit on. He ain't coming out in the second half. We better fucking buck our ideas up. He subbed him in the dressing room at half time. We better pull our socks up. Can you imagine if he'd have done that and gone to Saka and Odegaard, get your tracksuit on, you ain't coming out in the second half. Nonny, strip off, mate. Warm up. Eze, go on, people, out you go. What motivation that would have given you second half? It'd have soon kicked him up the backside then. It's like committing a crime and getting away with it, isn't it, the way they played? They've committed the crime in the first half and got away with it by coming out in the second half and playing again. That's all right. I've just committed murder and you've all seen me do it, but I've got away with it. That's what they've done. Proper managers do proper things. No favourites. Don't matter if you're captain. Doesn't matter if you're the best player on the pitch. Doesn't matter if you scored 30 goals last season or the season before that. If you are playing bad and you're not bringing anything to the party, then your invite gets ripped up. You ain't coming. The atmosphere at the start of the game, it was buzzing, rocking. All around the ground, it was absolutely rocking. Everyone was up for it. We was up for it on the mingle, me and Nomsky. All the chat that joined me like yesterday. I spoke to Aaron. I didn't see Aaron because he was caught in traffic because of the weather. That's how bad it was. Right. Bless up Aaron. Didn't manage to speak to him tonight. Right. He was buzzing. Everyone was buzzing. Everyone was up for it. Bang. By half time, the atmosphere just went. Second half, it was like the end of the game. It was flat. By the end of the game, it was flat. It was flat, brother. Apart from you idiots, you know, that think, you know the ones with all the Arteta posters all over their walls and that. Don't see anything wrong with it. Oh, it's a point. Yeah, it's a point, but are you happy with that? Yeah, it's a point. So you happy with the performance then? Well, you know, we're still 6 points clear of City. Yeah, but we could have been 8 points. That play by Ram in the first half should have cost you a goal. Cody hit the post, if I remember correctly. He did. He did. As soon as it left his boot, I was right sort of in behind it, really, from where I was standing. Obviously, the other end of the pitch, but sort of as soon as it left his boot, I turned to my son. I went, "This is in." And big up, Spence. Big up, Spence, bro. Hats off to Liverpool. Bossed it. Was never really in trouble. Was in complete control of that game. Second half, even more control of the game. Good night, Binks. Bless up, my friend. Bless up, darling. Sleep well. And just don't let Arsenal ruin your day tomorrow. All right. Big up to you. Thank you for dropping by. I know it's a late one, but absolute legends, Binks. Make sure you smash a like on it, guys. And I'm sure you've all subbed. But yeah, if footballers were performance salaries, you'll see them pull their finger out every game. They get paid regardless. Yeah, exactly. And that's not just Arsenal, Terry, is it? Yeah, it's the way modern football is. It's like managers. Failed managers leave football clubs with like £10 million put in the bank. You fail at your job and see how much you get. Or if you, whatever you're doing, or whether you used to work and all of that. Yeah. Cheers, Binks, all the time. Not could have been. 8 points needed to be 8 points because we bottle it again. Absolutely, Darren. Massive opportunity. And I think the alarming thing is, Darren, is not the fact that we should have been 8 points clear tonight, is that there was a lot of evidence of seasons gone by. That's the thing for me. What I was seeing tonight, I started seeing this time last season and the season before. And I get scared. I get worried. I worry that it's going to happen again. Because I was buzzing. Last night when Man City drew, I was buzzing. On the way to the ground, I was so looking forward to going tonight. Even though I was soaking wet, I'm still wet now. I've literally come straight in the door. I've not even had a drink. I've come in straight in, gone to the toilet, gone live. I'm still damp. That's how wet I got. And they put a performance in like that. Ridiculous, man. That was the one of the few chances we had. Yeah, you didn't have many chances, but you didn't have Arteta. I think if you'd have had Arteta, your build-up play and your approach play and the way you was passing the ball and getting in behind our left back, I think you'd have done. I think if you'd have had your striker there, I think you'd have gone forward with a lot more purpose. Thank God you never had your striker. I think you'd have won. You controlled the game, though. Absolutely controlled the second half. We were a better side first half. They were a better side second half. I think we might have edged it first half, but it weren't brilliant, Terry. It weren't brilliant, man. It weren't brilliant. I'm gonna be real with you. It was not brilliant. Just after the second half, passes started going astray, concentration going, all the old signs were back. Yeah, because he didn't make these changes quick enough. He didn't make his substitutions quick enough, and he didn't change the formation. So we went stale. He didn't know what to do. He's clueless. And I keep saying it. If plan A doesn't work, he hasn't got a clue. Plan A goes out the window. That's it. When he wins with plan A, yeah, fine. If it works, brilliant. Sometimes it don't work. And he can't change it. Carl Walsh in the building. Absolute legend. Hope you're well, Carl. Bless your family. Happy New Year to you and everything. Shocking performance. Sick to death looking at rubbish. 40 years supporting this club. And this is the worst football I've ever seen. I think it's a disgrace. We're not. Yeah, Carl, I'm with you, bro. What can you say? There it is there. Absolute legend, Carl. We give credit where credit's due. Awful. Check your phone, brother. Yeah, I'll check it. I'll check it. One second, Matty. 1 second, the chat. I've got to find it. Oh, is it in my pocket? I've just come in. One check. I'll just go get my phone. 1 sec, people. Right. Matty's going to be hopping on. So we're going to be joined by the Southern Gooner. It's always a pleasure to have the Southern Gooner in the house. I'm just going to get a rundown and see what he thinks. And Matty will be joining us very shortly. This was the game where you show mentality to win after City and Villa. Yeah, you got to show a bit of backbone. You got to show a bit of mentality. It weren't working. Things weren't working. Players need to be substituted. Systems needed to be changed. Formations needed to be changed. That's what we needed to do. And we didn't do it. Yeah, big up, Matty. I'm not so sure when he's coming on, but he will be coming on. I'm sure he's not happy. Martin Tapp in the building, 100%. Big up, my friend. Big up, my friend. Same old crap. End of. Manager don't and won't learn. Repeating the same things over again. Frustrating under him. It won't change. Ain't going to change. Ain't going to change. Yeah, we might win the league. We might win the league. Come next season and the season after that, you're going to have to put up with the same dross, Martin. If he's taken nearly 7 years to win the Premiership and he gets... Can you imagine if this guy gets another 5 years contract? He wins the league and they give him 5 years. For me, that's nearly 11 years at this football club. I'm worried. I'm worried. I want him sacked even if he wins the league. Yeah, I mean, me and Shane said it. We get absolute pelters for it. People don't understand it. But I'm looking at the long term, not looking at the short term. I keep saying there's a shelf life for every single manager. Gone are the days of 10, 12, 13, 15, 20 years now. You don't get managers like that now. You get given time if you're lucky. Some managers don't get given time. But if you do get given the time, you win as much as you can within that time. And after that, you need to freshen it up. You need to freshen it up. Yeah. Imagine Enrique going to Liverpool and we stick with Arteta. It will happen. See, this is the problem. This is what people don't understand. Teams will be changing managers. Man United will be changing manager. Chelsea, if this If this guy they've employed doesn't work out, he's gone. He ain't getting 6 years, 7 years. He'd be gone. Big up, Young. Big up, my friend. Welcome to the community, guys. Make sure that you put a sub. If you've not subbed, just put a cheeky little sub. Also, when Matty comes on as well, make sure that you sub to the Southern Gooner as well. And yeah, big up to everyone that's in. Smash a like on it as well. There's 98 in the building. I'm shocked and very honoured, people. Very good indeed. Matty is in the building. There he is, my man. Matty, I have gone to a football match tonight. I've been rained on, soaking wet. I've sat there, wet, damp, cold, miserable. I've had to come out. I've listened to Liverpool fans singing in the rain, dancing, shouting. Arsenal fans ripping into them as if we're the bee's knees, as if we've won everything. I'm looking at a manager, don't know what to do, don't know where to change things when Liverpool are bossing the second half. I'm watching captain not being able to take the ball by the scruff of the neck, watching him run around, doing nothing, no leader on the pitch. And I'm just seeing, and I'm just feeling sorry for a number 9 that's come to the football club and we've absolutely killed him. What you saying, Matty? What you saying, brother?
Brother, I had to work. Of course, I had to work today, as you know. So I listened to the entire game coming home today. And I got home. I've been home here for a little bit, for a while. And I said, let me go look at the highlights. I wanted to visually see the highlights of the game from what I listened to on the radio, because they were saying, the commentators were saying that basically the manager came, set up the day not to win. So I said, well, let me go look at the highlights and let me see how everything looked. And bro, let me tell you something. It was worse than what I thought. It was worse than what I thought.
Yeah,
it was worse than what I thought. DJ, do people realize that Liverpool is taking 4 points off of us? They're nicked 4. No, they beat us. No, excuse me. They beat us last time. So it's 5. They've taken 5 points off of us this year. Remember last year, Bournemouth took 6. So they're taking 5. We've got United. And after people forget, we got United coming in. I think it's either next week or the week after next. United's coming to town. We got them. We got Portsmouth, but I'm talking league now. You got United, Chelsea still there. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else there.
Oh, we got some. We got
Brighton's in there.
Everton's in there. I'll get the fixtures up, because what we need to do, Matty, we need to put it in its place, right? And I'm fuming tonight because this is a missed opportunity.
Oh, this is like last year. This is Aston Villa.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is, we're 6 points clear, but the performance tonight scares me.
It should. You know what, JB?
It was a carbon copy of years gone by.
JB, it should scare you. It should scare you. You know why? Because we're only 6 points clear. I sent you that link the other day with all those teams where they dropped the title, where they had the title won and they dropped it. We're talking 8 points clear, 11 points clear, and they still got caught up. We're only 6 points, and this is what I was telling some peeps last night. You know what I'm concerned about, JB? I want you to look at me when I say this. You know what I'm concerned about, brother?
Go on.
Because people have sat here, they keep talking about Man City. I'm concerned with Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Because Aston Villa, draw for them is just as good. Just 1 point gained. They 1 point gained for Aston Villa yesterday. So then, we're through with Arsenal. They got other fish they can go get points off of, and we keep doing this. Because, see, it looks like this is a pattern developing. Every time we play a team that has equal or comparative talent, we can't beat them. So now I'm finding a pattern. Okay, we beat Villa. Cool. That was an emotionally charged game. We're going to win that just because of what it is. Now you look at the Liverpool. You got United coming. JB, we got off the hook with United.
Well, there it is there, Matty. Look, Nottingham Forest away.
Nottingham Forest, they're fighting for relegation.
And
so
I
they're
think
coming
that's an evening kickoff. I think that's a tea time kickoff. Yep, there it is.
Yep. So that's what's going to happen.
January, wind, rain coming in off the yeah.
They're
fighting for relegation, fighting their asses off for relegation. Yep. Again, going to be another tough game, physical game, like it was up in Sunderland.
Yep.
Where does the captain go when the going gets tough?
Where
does he go? Where was he tonight?
You saw what happened tonight, didn't you? Because they was I got the slaughter last week because I said his play wasn't good. Well, what did you see tonight? You saw the same thing I was telling people last week. I told people he shows up every blue moon, but then you're not gonna get that 5 games straight. When you need that kind of performance that he gave out a couple of weeks ago, you need that 5 games in a row. You need that every week. We're supposed to be challenging for a title, not for top 4. You need somebody when you're challenging for a title, week in, week out, they're delivering the goods. This game right here, we scraped by them when we at the beginning of the season.
Our record, we scraped by them at the Emirates, and not only that, they'll have their house spot, but by the top, they'll have their interim or their whoever's taken charge of them.
Yeah,
they'll have their bounce roughly coming round about then, because they'll have a few games under their belt with their interim manager before they play us. So they're becoming into that.
And they're going to be up just like Liverpool. They'll be up for it regardless of the fact.
Always, yeah.
So you take points there. Then you go down to the and then I think you got to go back to the next couple of fixtures.
There you go, Matty. Sorry to interrupt you. What a point this is. Kalen Deb's t-shirt. 6 points is nothing. There are 54 points up for grabs.
They don't see that, JB. They don't see that. They
Brilliant comment, my friend. Make sure you sub to both of us. Brilliant. Big up. Welcome to the community.
It's just January 8th.
Oh, we're going to win it by week 20.
Yeah, this showed up. I keep telling people we need 12, 15, 18, 20 points.
Yeah.
People think I'm exaggerating when I say that. No. Until you see double digits in that column, you don't need to start talking about title. Look at this Leeds. You saw what Leeds have done the last several weeks.
Did you see how they're playing, Matty?
Yeah. And we got to go there.
Ellen Road is going to be rocking.
And they're fighting for relegation to stay out of relegation areas. They're going to be there to play. JP, this thing is far from over. We have squandered again. I'm telling y'all. People think I'm overly critical. We have squandered another opportunity to add more points. We should be stockpiling points. You know when they tell you a bad storm is coming?
Yeah.
They say, well, go to your local cupboard and get what you can get to make sure you good some canned goods. You get your some extra water. The necessities. That's how we should be stocking up points. We should be stocking up points like that. Just get what you can just in case the hurricane come or the storm. You get snowed in a couple of weeks. Let's make sure you have everything that you need. And what are we doing? Oh, man, nobody. We'll be all right. We got enough at the house. Sunderland, they're going to have all their players back by this point. Yeah. They should just about have all their points. Igor Thiago, 16 goals. There he is.
Yeah, but listen, Matty, people keep going on about the Man Cities. Oh, Arsenal, Man City. They're not the games that we mess up in. These are the games that we mess up in.
Right there.
Oh, we've got easy fixtures, easy running. There it is.
Oh, and I keep warning y'all, they're not going to come out there with the same performance. These performances you've seen against other teams, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that with the way they played against us last time. They're going to be pride. They're going to play for pride. For
Spurs,
the home pride.
then Chelsea.
By that time, the philosophy of
straight off the bat, Spurs, then Chelsea.
What's
then
this?
Away to Brighton.
You saw them yesterday.
Matty, you saw them yesterday. I said. Do you know what I said? Do you know what I said today to my son? I said the only thing that's going to stop Arsenal winning the Premiership is Arsenal.
Yep.
Is Arsenal. Because these players, cast your mind back, Matty, it was around about now that players really lost a lot of form. Do you remember that season where we blew it?
You had it last year.
Saka started going off round about January, middle of January. Rice looked tired. Saka looked poor. Martinelli was getting worse. Saliba was... Look at it tonight. Look what Saka was doing tonight.
He's in bad form. But a lot of that's down to the manager, JB. A lot of that's down to the manager overplaying. That's what a lot of that's down to.
Arsenal will beat Arsenal. We have still got some tricky fixtures.
Look at it, Wolves. Bournemouth. These are the banana skin fixtures right here.
Yeah. But then,
it
is. Etihad away. Newcastle.
Right behind it.
And then you're going to Fulham.
Well, you see what they are.
And then you got West Ham.
Fighting to stay out of relegation.
Who might need that to stay in the Premiership. Can't believe it. Honestly, we have got... This league is not won. But I tell you what, everyone would have been sleeping far more comfortable tonight if we'd have taken that game. And if we'd have won it convincingly, Matty. That's the thing. That's the thing that I'm really annoyed about. Is that it was a draw, but it was the performance, and it was the lack of ambition the manager showed to try and win that football match. Try something different. Like PSG, when we needed to try something different, when we needed to get Martinelli in through the centre, when we needed to perhaps rotate one of the players, put on an extra striker, go 4-4-2, bring on Mourinho and throw him up top with Jesus.
JB, you're sitting there surprised. When we went to Anfield at the beginning of the season, what did he do? The same thing he did tonight. The exact same thing he did tonight. Whenever there is pressure involved, whenever there's opportunity to seize the moment, because everybody says, that's what they were saying on the radio tonight. They were saying that he's a moments manager. Could he get the team over the line? This is what they were saying on the broadcast. That this manager is a moments manager. He's not necessarily a manager that when you need to go get the points, he's not going to go get the points. And even they were saying, we're still unsure of him. Now, if you got standard commentators saying that, what are these coaches saying? Tonight, I would think that at least Pep looked at it tonight and said, well, damn, we've still got a chance here. And everybody thinks we're getting Gahey. Mark Gahey is not coming to Arsenal. Mark Gahey is going to Man City.
Yeah, just what they need.
Yep, and they're going to show it up. We saw Bradley go down tonight. He's probably out for the year. Liverpool's going to go get some stuff sorted out. Manchester United, I would think, is probably going to do a little piece of business here once they figure out what they're going to do here. And then everything has changed within 1 week. The season has started now, y'all. The season is officially. The season has officially started now.
Yeah, Verts look comfortable tonight.
Yeah. You see, he's riding off in the form now. You starting to see that? You starting to see?
Yeah, he showed a bit. He showed some good touches. He showed some good. He showed a bit of quality tonight. If Liverpool had had Etitike, they'd have when they had a lot of possession.
Yeah, they would have won that game,
and they was in a lot of good positions. It's just that they had to kind of think too much in that final third because they didn't have a striker.
Well, we were tonight. We were a crossbar away from losing that game.
If Etitike plays tonight, that second half performance Liverpool put in, they would have come forward with a little bit more ambition, a little bit more, and showed a little bit more kind of creativity with a striker. They'd have won that game.
Yeah,
I'm convinced they'd have won that game if they'd have had a striker.
We were a crossbar away tonight.
Yeah.
What was the goalkeeper doing? What was he doing there? What was that all about there? On that rollout.
Just said it earlier in the stream. What does he do?
Yeah. What's that all about tonight?
We are drawing 0-0.
Yeah.
There's 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go. You got Madueke making runs. Everyone sees him.
Yeah.
The whole stadium sees him. The goalkeeper gets the ball. He throws it out. He puts his foot on it. He drags it back, slows it down, as if to say, "Go on, everyone, get in position. Gyokeres, get in position. Van Dijk, get behind the ball. Virtue, drop behind her." It's as if he's waiting for everyone to get in position, and he goes, "Right, I'll pass it now." He doesn't play it early. He doesn't throw it early. He doesn't get the game moving quick enough. But there's no one telling him to do it.
Nah, because the manager plays off emotion.
I often used to remember if David Seaman or the goalkeeper held onto the ball too long, Tony Adams would be going,
yeah,
he'd be right in his face saying, "Come on."
Look at this right here. You talk about holding on to the ball too long. Look at this. Look at this right here. What do you see right here? Right here. There's our friend. There's Zubamendi again.
Here's Zubi.
Look at our striker.
Just put him through, yeah. Put him through.
People think
just put him through, man.
What I'm telling you all, this is the I'm telling you, this team is designed to hold on to the ball, play the safe pass, no matter what.
Retention.
Retention. I couldn't have said it better. It's exactly retention. Retain the ball.
Retention FC.
Look at that right there. The striker.
I'm not playing that ball. I'm not playing that ball. No way.
Look at this. Where does he go? He goes to the safe option. I'm telling you, this striker is being neutered.
I feel sorry for Gyokeres.
You should.
I do. But and because this team is set up wrong for him, and because of the tactics and the players around him are not playing to his strengths, Matty, he looks poor in an Arsenal shirt.
He is.
I tell you what he looks like. He looks like a homeless person on the street that's just begging for someone to take him in or give him some food.
I tell you what he looked like. He looked like somebody that's been brought an ice cream cone sitting in the sauna. That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
What good is that? Look at this right here.
Yeah.
Look at this right here.
Terrible, Matty. And I know it sounds as if I don't rate him. I rate him. At any other club, he scores goals, but in an Arsenal shirt, he's crap.
Well, you heard what the scriptures according to Arteta. A striker can flourish, but at Arsenal, he's made to suffer. Look at this. Yeah. And see, the thing about this, JB, is
but he creates space. He drags other defenders into play. It's not what we bought him for. We bought him for tonight's matches. We bought him to bang one in the back of the net when it's 0-0 against Liverpool, and we go 8 points clear. That's what we bought him for. That's what everyone was saying. We need a striker. We need a striker for key games. This was a key game tonight. No Gyokeres.
Yep. I mean, and they were there for the taking. See, JB, these are the things that the fan base has to understand. We're playing a Liverpool team that's kind of wobbly right now. You would say they were kind of, especially coming off this past.
Yeah, I mean, they came into the game in good form. I think they've unbeaten in 8. But they're not the Liverpool that they were like. They're experimenting. They're going through. They're going through their little getting the players used to the game.
You got a shot at them.
Yeah.
City,
they're there for the
you got a shot at them. Chelsea, you got a shot at them. These are games this year. I would have to say every game in the Premier League this year, each team can take a shot at the other team. It's just that even this year. It's pretty much if you come out and play, you got a good shot. We saw that this weekend with Fulham. We saw it with City yesterday. And then you look at this shot here. You look at Liverpool, and then you see a frame like this, and you say to yourself, "How do you not make that pass?" They told us that Zubamendi was a line breaker. Well, there it is, right there. This is the line post right there. That's supposed to be the pass. You played midfield. I played midfield and attacking. You know what? You know every attacking player. See that is food and drink.
You hit that space. You hit that space, didn't you? Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's never getting to that. He's never getting to that ball. If anything, he's gonna foul him. I'm telling you, this football team under this manager is neutered. They are neutered. We have this team is being coached by a football eunuch. And when you see games like tonight, it exemplifies why we have struggled to get over the line the past 3 or 4 years. Because any manager who saw what happened yesterday, they would literally couldn't even sleep. They'd be wanting to win this game tonight. There's no motive. You don't even need to motivate the players. Hey, they dropped points. Let's go ahead and seal this on up. All we need is about 3 or 4 more wins, gentlemen. We just keep doing. We're doing pile these points up, 12 to 15 points. We should be okay. Everybody's okay. All right, cool. We good. What does he do? Shows up just not to lose. And when you show up not to lose, you end up losing eventually. You may not lose the game, but you'll eventually end up losing out on something. And this is why this game is the perfect carbon copy for when we get ready to go into the Chelsea game. This is what the major concern is when something's on the line. What you saw tonight,
big games.
Right here should scare everybody going to the Chelsea game.
Yeah, this manager's not a big game manager.
Yep.
This manager has always been a moments manager. He's never been a big game manager. Semi-finals, cup matches, Premiership run-ins, Premiership titles, going to St James's Park, going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when we needed to win to get into the top 4, blew it. He's never been a big game manager. He's found wanting in big moments. Yep. And this is what I'm saying. He has his moments. He gets us competing. I'll give him that. But when it comes to big games, this was a big game tonight.
Chippy, we were at home.
We were saying this is a cup final tonight yesterday on my stream. This is a cup final.
JB, every game is a cup final.
Yeah.
Yeah,
every game. I'll give you that, Matty, 100%. Every game's a cup final. But this was 8 points clear of Man City. Beating Liverpool, one of the biggest games of the season on a lot of Arsenal fans' calendar.
You look at this right here.
Put a shocker in.
And you look at this game, and it just sums him up. He's not a big game manager. And we're going to struggle with this all year. And see, this is what grinds my gears is that, like I said, I'll go back to it again. We had the same problem when we went to Anfield. We're at home. At home with the momentum at your back. You're at home. You should be
all the glitz, all the plastic bags, red and white, flames going off, light shows.
Yeah.
It was like a firework display over there before the game. It was going mental. There was the pubs were going mad. They were singing in the pubs. They were singing down the high street on all getting wet, freezing cold, pouring of rain. Yeah, pouring of rain. Everyone cold, but we was all singing. We was all buoyant. Everyone was up for it. What does he do?
Right there.
Bang. Sit in your place. You suffer watching this crap.
Yeah.
Do as you're told. How dare you get excited?
And this is why, and these tonight is one of the carbon copies of the best examples I could give you of why we struggle to get over the line. And we've had so many opportunities to pull away from the herd this year. We had so many. I can think of at least 9 points.
Crazy, isn't it?
And if we've sat here tonight, and we've given City new life. We've given Aston Villa more life.
As I said it earlier on. What's happened is we've unlocked the back door and gone, sorry, Pep, for leaving you outside. Come on in.
Yeah, come on in. You know, they say a vampire don't bite you unless you invite him into the house.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Sorry, Pep. Come on in.
Yeah, you get all the power.
I'll make you a cup of tea. I'll put the kettle on. You have what do you want? Coffee or tea?
Renders you useless. Powerless. If the vampire comes in the house, it renders you powerless.
And the trouble is, what people don't realize as well, when you've got an elite manager like Pep, and he's taken a left hook to the chin and he's been knocked down, and suddenly he's back up off the canvas.
Yeah, oh yeah, we know how that goes in boxing.
He's now going into his next match, going, "Hang on a minute, boys, we could have been totally dead and buried the other night."
You remember Hagler and Hearns?
We got new life.
You remember Hagler and Hearns? Remember how that started off?
Yeah.
We remember how it ended. It ended one way.
And this is what elite managers do. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And they'll just capitalize on stuff, Matty.
And we had fans this week. The title is over. Shut it down. We had people putting up streams. It's over. Shut it down. And I keep telling people, long way to go, man. Talk to me at the end of February. Going into March. Big up. And even at that, you better be concerned going into March.
Here we go, Matty.
It's a major game.
They're getting Gahey. They're getting Semenyo.
Semenyo is designed. He's
that brother's hit form again. Semenyo's it form again.
He's brought in to take the pressure off of Holland having to do all that grunt work up top by himself.
Yeah,
because that's just they're gonna cut it. And that yesterday that game showed that no. He needs somebody else up there with him to that can get some shots off to make a little space for him. You know.
All Premiership proven, Semenyo.
Yep.
Now, if this guy comes and hits the ground running at Man City, which he will do, and they get Gayheath at the back, suddenly they're getting a whole new lease of life going into the latter part of the season. Yep. And as I said, and what I said on my stream, what Man City have done recently, Arsenal can do.
Right there. Because that's what you're walking into. What this gentleman, what this brother's saying right here is one.
Big up.
This is what tonight.
Big up the proven manager, man. Big up. Make sure you sub. Welcome to the community, my friend.
Welcome, brother. What he's saying is 100% true because tonight, any competent manager designs a game plan to maximize the result of this game tonight. You're at home, DJ. What? Let me ask you this. Let me phrase this way. Would you rather go down trying to win tonight and still be 5 points ahead, or would you rather just sit there and just get 1 point? I'd rather go down trying to win the game,
than
to just get a point in this kind of situation. And see, this is what people don't understand.
A bad performance and a point is more damaging than an absolute brilliant performance where you've hit the post, hit the bar, one cleared off the line, and they've scored, and you've gone their way with nothing.
Look at Newcastle yesterday. What do you think? Newcastle? Oh, we'll just settle for the draw.
Do you think Leeds 100% disappointed with that performance yesterday? They performed brilliantly. Yeah, that's going to give them the confidence to go on the next game.
Look at what we did for Wolves. How we inspired Wolves to go on the run that they've gone on the last couple of weeks. Wolves. Well, we can get some more Arsenal. We can go get some off anybody. And what happened? What happened?
What are they doing? They're starting to. All right, they will still get red, but they're starting to turn their season around.
So what you think, Liverpool? Liverpool say, you know what, man, we're in bad shape, but if we can hold
this, I said this earlier. I said when they were saying about the Liverpool Arsenal game, I said if Liverpool come out of the Emirates with a good performance, that could turn their season around.
Exactly. And like you just showed, we've yet to play United, we've yet to play Chelsea, we've yet to play Spurs, we've yet to play City. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 12 points by itself. And if we're only 6 points ahead now, if you drop 2 of those, what happens? Everybody else can gain ground. I've been saying that all year.
What's happened to City with their 3 draws recently could easily happen to us now. We could go to Forest and draw. There's 2.
But see, no, we hadn't had that happen yet, JB. This is what folks don't understand. It's gonna happen because we
ain't had a bad patch yet. We've not had a slide. We've nicked. We've got away with stuff.
That's the law of averages in football. There's going to be a point where we drop 2 or 3 games. I know this just because this is just natural football. This is natural. This isn't me trying to be negative. This is just the game is that way. You're going to at least drop 6 points.
There's always a point in a season where a team has a bad run.
Yeah. Whether it's 2 games, 3 games, or 4 games, or however many.
Yeah.
There's going to be a situation there where we drop points. I've been saying it all year. Anybody just heard what I've been saying? I've been saying it's going to be adversity. How do we respond to adversity? Because this is I wouldn't necessarily say this is adversity. I would say this is more of a missed opportunity. But we hadn't got the adversity where if we get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, then we got to come into the league. You drop points in the league, then you drop points in another game. A draw here, a draw there. See, if we're 6 points, JB, and then we start dropping points, it's going to hurt you worse because we're in the leading position. We're not trying to catch anybody. Those 2 games 2 seasons ago, people don't remember that. The Southampton, that hurt us. West Ham hurt us. Go back a couple of more seasons. We went from 4th to 5th in 1 week. You remember that? When we need to get to the
also, Matty, also it's World Cup year.
Yep.
Norway, Odegaard won't ever play in the World Cup.
He ain't going 100 miles per hour for the rest of the year. You know
World
that.
Cup year.
I know it. What was that tonight with Eze? Give him 10 minutes. What's that about? 10 minutes. A trial. Because that's what it was, a trial.
Trial,
Let's just
yeah.
see what you can do. Let's see what you can do.
And do you know why he brought him on? He was reluctant to bring him on. He brought him on because there's been a lot of pressure lately about Eze not playing. People have been bringing it up in the press conferences. Fans have been now saying about Eze. But if he'd have wanted to make a statement, he'd have left Odegaard in the dressing room at halftime.
Yep.
And then that sets the precedence for the rest of the team. Because suddenly they're all going, hang on a minute, the captain's not coming out.
Yeah.
Eze ain't played for 4 games. He's coming on. We better pull our socks up here. The manager doesn't do anything
He's not bold.
He doesn't do anything to inject any psyche into these players. He doesn't change formations.
He doesn't
play mind games with them. He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care because he would be bold. And then tonight, I'm not going to slate Skelly. I know it's going to sound crazy. I know it's going to sound crazy when I say that. People are saying, well, Skelly had a bad game. You know why he had a bad game? Man, he's barely played this year.
He's not a left back, Matty, and that's
he's not a left back. He's not a left back.
He's our weak link now.
And he's barely
weak link now.
Hey, and he's barely played. This is when me and Shane and all of us are talking about rotating players. It's not just because we need to see Declan Rice and them rest. It's because these players need some game time. So when something like tonight happens to Hincapi, then you got somebody that's qualified, that's football
ready to go.
Ready to go.
The engine's warm. The MOT's been done. He's ready to go.
Yeah. So then he comes on tonight. He's discombobulated. He's having a howler. Well, why is he having a howler? Because the
manager's killed him, and I keep saying it. People saying, "Oh, you're being harsh on Gyokeres, you're being harsh on Skelly." No, I'm trying to make the point that the manager has picked him up, walked them to the edge of the cliff, put them on a bungee rope, and the bungee rope was snapped.
You climb back up.
Gone.
Ethan, nowhere.
Ethan, nowhere. He's gone. He's
nowhere.
He's
nowhere. So we know he's out on loan. Either he's loaned or he's sold.
He's gone. He's gone. Ethan is not playing for this football club anymore.
This manager has used what I told y'all that this shyster would turn around here and he's a narcissist. He uses what he can get, and then that's it. He's done. He's discarded that player. They've used him as a prop when he was 15. He came in last year and literally saved his season. Save salvage what he could salvage out of it with him playing. You discarded him last year towards the end of the year, and then this year haven't even looked at him. This manager has a problem here. And somebody said it earlier in the chat. It's not the players, it's the manager. You're telling me, JB, $1 billion spent, and let's just keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. We got players in this team that even though their performances are bad, Gyokeres, Eze, these are players that we know, we have seen it for our own 2 eyes, Ethan, that these players are good. We've seen this. You've seen it. I've seen it. The chat have seen it. And then you see the performances that these players have put in. And then you have to ask yourself, how have they fallen off a cliff like this? I've told you time and time again that the manager cannot galvanize these players. And at some point, what you said about a month ago is going to start ringing true. If we continue to make mistakes and drop points like we did tonight, and if we end up going out on this Carabao Cup, JB, these players are going to start looking around here, and there's going to be a bust-up coming. Because,
we said it.
You're making us look like fools.
It's happening.
Yeah,
100%.
This manager is out of his mind. And tonight's performance is a damning indictment of how it's looking more and more clear that we're going to probably end up repeating the same mistakes that we made over the last couple of seasons here, where we've missed out on opportunities to win a trophy.
Matty, I'll tell you the situation, because I go to games and where I sit, a lot of Arsenal fans are my age, that they've been going for many, many years, and some youngsters. This is what's rolling off of people's tongues now. I can't wait till Havertz is fit.
Yeah, for what? For what? Because it's the same. Because he was in the team last year.
We spent £70 million on a striker because they don't want Havertz as a striker.
Yeah.
Didn't want to even sign him. Oh, we've wasted 65 million. He'll die on Havertz Hill. Now they can't wait for him to come back in the team.
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
Exactly.
What is he going to do? If he was that good, why weren't we winning it last year?
The question is, what is Jesus going to do?
There we go. I just wanted to show the chat this, Matty, right? Because the excuses are coming out. And I've just literally gone. I've just gone through his post-match, what he's put on the Arsenal website, right? But this one really bothers me, right? This right here. I'll show you. Let me show you. There we go. On paper, you play every 2 or 3 days, and it's really tough. Haven't we got the squad now to deal with this situation?
He said this was the best squad he's ever seen or he's ever had.
And the demands that we have to win every single game. No, the demands are, yes, you have to win every single game. One, your Arsenal Football Club. That's the demands. That's for every single manager before you even rocks up there as a player. Right? And secondly, the reason why the demands are there is because you've won nothing and spent £1 billion over the years.
Not only that, JB, I'm gonna add on to that what you just said. I'll do you one better. I'll flip it.
Big up Toronto, brother.
He's saying that the demands that we have to win every single game. Let me tell you something. You've put yourself in a situation now where you have to win every single game. He's put himself in that situation this year. You didn't beat City. You didn't beat Liverpool. You dropped points to Sunderland. You dropped points tonight. It was somebody else we dropped points to. I can't remember. Villa. And then now you find yourself in another situation. For all of the hard work that you've done the last couple of games, you find yourselves right back where you were during the Christmas holidays, right before the Christmas holidays started. We were right back there again. And then you have the nerve to come out and say, well, the demands that we have to win every single game. You had a chance this year to right these wrongs.
Yeah. Who are we coming out with that?
Scroll up there, JB. Yeah, here we go.
I'm reading this backwards, right? After a period when all the teams have dropped points over the heavy schedule, we have opened up a 6-point gap. Could have been an 8-point gap, though, couldn't it?
And look what he leans on there. Look what he leans on. See, that's the top goon line right there.
And we remain unbeaten at home this season. Yeah, but the football's crap.
Doesn't that sound like something that you hear the Tippity Top say? Doesn't that sound like we're undefeated at home?
This is what I'm saying. What this guy's coming out with, you hear people on streams and all this come out with.
Look at this right here.
Cannot win, at least get a point. And I think
just stop right there. Just stop right there. Let that marinate right quick, JB. Just hold that right there. If you cannot win, at least get a point. Doesn't that sound now? If that don't sound like his philosophy, if that don't let you know what's coming for the rest of this season, if you can't win, get a point. He's defeated himself before even trying. Listen, he didn't say anything right there about, hey, man, we came into this, we're trying to get all maximum points. Yeah, we got a point, but that ain't good enough. We're not winning the title race. You don't hear anything like that, do you, JB? You don't see anything like that. If the Magic came out and said, yeah, you know what, we came out tonight looking for 3 points, we got 1 point, that's not good enough when we're in this kind of situation.
Matty, 100%, mate. 100% what you've just said here. But look, Matty, this is the first time I've read this. You are gonna go mad at this. Read this, brother.
Then in the second half, we were very inconsistent with the ball, losing balls that were very unusual for us. I don't know if they were the conditions, the fatigue, or whatever it is. Then we struggle.
Conditions or fatigue?
Yeah. But see, he said fatigue.
Now he's mentioning fatigue.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but see, now he's talking about fatigue, and now he's talking about, oh well, now the players are tired. Oh well, the conditions, the rain. Now he's talking about that.
And who else come out with a rain tonight? The excuse rain tonight? Robbie on AFTV.
Liverpool came out and played in it. They came out and played, and then we struggle more to have the right
teams play every 3 days as well.
Yeah. But that first line,
Look
the
at
one that was
this.
up under there, if you cannot win, at least get a point. That is damning when it comes to this manager because it sums up his entire philosophy. I'd rather get a point than lose.
There it is there. Look at that.
The proof is in the pudding. I told you what. That's how you have
This is
to
the
play it.
mentality. This is the mentality he gives to the players.
Exactly. This is why I said, if you've got a chance tonight, you're at home. Would you rather go down swinging, trying to get the 3 points, lose the game and still be ahead 5? Would you rather do that?
Yeah, Matty. The thing is, right? The thing is with our channels, like your channels and Lee's and Northside's and Shane's, brother Shane, brother Nomsky, Aaron, Jezza's. Forgive me if I've forgotten anyone else. Rashid, right? Is we look behind what the man is actually saying. But when we have them now and created a situation where we're having the best spaces to put the ball and find somebody and put the ball in the back of the net, and we didn't do it.
Here you go. I still got it.
You're having a pop at Gyokeres there. Look,
hold on. Let me take that one now, right? Because let me pull him back up. I got it right here. I'll keep him on standby right there. Let's go. Let's go there one more time. This is what your manager's talking about right here. Right there. And this is a weak.
So, chat, read that. And this is what the manager's talking about.
Right here.
Let's take this off for a minute. I'll take this off. I'll take this off stage, right? So read that. I'll remove that. Where's your one, Matty? That's what the manager's talking about right there.
It doesn't get any more simpler than that right there. That is basic.
So he knows there's a problem.
Yeah.
He knows there's a problem. And he still hasn't solved it.
The manager
says,
repeating the same thing.
Look at the picture and I'll repeat what he says. But when we have them there, so it says, you're not going to dominate the whole game against the champions because they're really a good side. Right? But when we have them there and created a situation, look at the screen, chat, there's the situation where we're having the best spaces. There's the space. Look at Gyokeres. He's even pointing to put the ball, find somebody and put the ball in the back of the net. And we didn't do it. You haven't been doing it all season. On a regular basis.
Warden sees that pass. Morgan Rogers sees that pass. Foden sees that pass.
Who's got the ball at his feet? Who's got the line breaker? Is that the line breaker, Supermendy?
Yeah.
That's the line breaker, is it? Supermendy, world-class Supermendy.
Jeremy Pino sees that pass.
World-class players see that pass.
Stevie Wonder sees that pass.
Anyone watching this?
Ray Charles sees that pass.
If you are putting this guy as world-class, he sees that pass.
What's my boy on Star Trek?
Zidane sees that pass.
What's my boy on Star Trek that had the visor? He sees that pass. You know what I'm talking about? Star Trek. Cyclops for X-Men. He sees that pass.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this right here. Everybody sees that pass. This is basic football here we're talking, ladies and gentlemen. This is basic football we're talking here. And Frank sees that pass. I mean, this right here.
What he's saying now.
Football.
This is what else he says. This is what else he says, right? Because this is disrespect to the other team. We were disappointed we didn't win the game, he said. But I think overall, with the domination, Matty, we hardly crossed the halfway line in the second half. I was there.
Y'all gonna make me start doing reaction videos to his press conferences. His brother is taking the total piss.
Domination.
Bro, we got destroyed the second half. The entire second half.
And situations that we created in the first half.
Yeah.
We should have come out of that in the winning position. And that's the margins in the game.
I'm telling you.
Ray Charles.
I know it's that Ray Charles.
Stevie Wonder sees the posture.
Yeah. Mr. Magoo, he sees it. Mr. Magoo sees it.
Yeah, Mr. Magoo sees it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Donald
Everybody
Duck
sees
it as well.
Yeah, Donald Duck, Scrooge, all of them.
In a game of few chances, we
The Great
prevented Liverpool from having a single shot on target.
Yeah.
Okay, but didn't create enough ourselves at the end to earn a victory. No, we created nothing.
Nothing. You didn't try to create anything.
Liverpool was on the roll tonight. I'm sorry. Virgil van Dijk won't play an easier game.
No. And I keep telling people that they're there for the taking. It's not like I'm not disrespecting Liverpool saying they're a bad team. I'm just saying that they're not at the full capacity that they've been over the last few years. And they've got some wobbly issues. And a lot of it's down to, they're unsure about themselves at times. And they got players out. And they're not the same defense they used to have. And this manager refuses to go in and see that as a weakness and say, let's exploit it. He doesn't know how to exploit other teams' weaknesses.
And you know, it'll get dressed up, Matty. It'll get dressed up. Oh, I don't know what everyone's moaning. I don't know what everyone's concerned about. We're 6 points clear.
You know what's coming, don't you? You know what's coming. You know what's the next thing that's going to happen. I thought about this. They were talking about it on the radio coming home too. I was listening to the commentators. What's going to happen now that Hincapie's out? He's going to put Timber on the left. He's going to put Declan Rice on the right to play right back because Ben White's still out. And so guess what's going to happen now? You're going to have Marino
in midfield.
Yep, with
Zubimendi. And Havertz will be back in the team, and that's when it'll all start going pear-shaped.
Yep.
Hincapie's out, so Hincapie's out, so he'll have oh man.
And I was listening in the car, and when Jesus came on, I said I want to see what Jesus is going to do because this is another game now. With people, all the stuff that people giving Gyokeres, you have to look at Jesus too because this is another game here with Jesus. We're seeing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, that's why I want Jesus to start, mate.
Yeah,
and one of the reasons why I want my Jesus to start is because I think that Gyokeres might be better off the bench at the moment, but B, I want to see what Jesus is doing. Everyone's ripping into a Gyokeres, fair enough. Okay, he probably deserves it. I don't know. Let's see what Jesus can do because this is the brother you wanted. You wanted out the club in the summer.
Yeah, it was screaming for
him. If we can sell him, Bert as a miracle worker.
Yeah. Well, now he's back now, and he's had quite a few games now. And what do we see?
Gonna rush. Here's a good point. Big up, brother. Yeah. Gonna rush Calafiori back. He will be rushed back. Calafiori will come back 2-3 weeks early, running on fumes. Foghorn Leghorn sees that pass.
Woody Woodpecker saw that pass.
Matty, it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. See, the thing is, right, as I said, I accept there's bad performances. But this tonight was crying out for Listen, it was crying out for substitutions to be made earlier. It was crying out for certain players to be taken off. It was crying out for a system to be changed because Liverpool was set in their ways. They didn't look troubled. The manager even said it in his press conference. We didn't create enough. So change it.
Yeah.
Create. That's your job. That's what you get £15 million for. If you're thinking you never created enough, do something in your in-game management because you're not a rookie anymore. You've been here for 6 years. You're an established manager, best in the world compared to some, your poster boys, right? Change it.
Yeah.
Change it. Go 4-4-2. Do something different.
Nah.
Nope.
He refuses. No. He refuses to be brave. He refuses to be brave.
And it got to the point, Matty, I'm telling you now, it got to the point in the second half, and I was saying to the people that sit around me, look at the manager. Just look across at the manager. He's now in a position, he's now got that look on his face as if to say, what can I do not to lose this game? Not what can I do to win it? And that's why I call him the Spanish Gareth Southgate. How am I not going to lose this? Not how am I going to win it? Honestly, 8 points we could have gone. Yeah, we're 6 points clear.
You want to hear how damning this attack is? You want to hear how damning this attack is? You know how a striker in there had a shot on goal in 7 games.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? So if this is why I keep saying,
say it again.
If I say this, and I'm going to say exactly what I said again. If our striker is so bad, he's not good enough. What does that say about our attack? Because he hadn't had a shot on goal in 7 games. What does that say about the attack?
7 games.
7 games. JB, let me frame it for you. You've got Saka on the pitch. You've got Odegaard on the pitch. You've got Trossard on the pitch. You've got Martinelli on the pitch. You got the so-called linebreaker, Zubimendi, on the pitch. And this brother hadn't had a shot on goal in 7 games. Now you tell me something ain't wrong here. If he's that bad, what does it say about our attack? Jesus is on the pitch as well. What does that say about the attack? We have the same problem that we had last year. Well, who do you hold responsible for that? Go talk to your manager. Because the manager is supposed to be that should have been rectified. Coming into the season, JB, what was the number one problem that we had last season? The attack. Why are we still seeing? Why are we still seeing the same problem? Why are we still seeing the same problem? Why are we still seeing the same problem, JB?
Because it's the same system. The same system. Nothing's changed.
What did you tell me today when you called me on the phone? You said they dropped the extra man in the midfield. What did I tell you? I said they do it. I said they've been every team we played this year does it. They know that's our biggest weakness, and they keep exploiting it every week. So you combine that with us turning the ball over, and then we have no attack when we do get the ball.
And it's predictable. Arnie's not predictable. Arnie's not well. He didn't need a degree in coaching or whatever you get to work Arteta out. He just pop an extra man in midfield.
Exactly.
we weren't getting anywhere. We could have played for a month of Sundays. We weren't scoring.
You could still be playing right now. I could have been still in the car. They still wouldn't have scored. This team is repeating the same problems that we've seen over and over and over.
We have moments. Yeah, we'll beat the team. We scored 4 against Villa, but Villa should have been 2-3 up in the first half. And if Onana hadn't gone off the pitch, we'd have struggled.
Here today, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying here today. I understand what you mean by that. But I said that I wanted to use that as a whole for when he's on the pitch, not with 29. I know exactly what you mean. Because 29 comes on, he sees the ball. Jesus comes on, he sees the ball. I'm talking about when we had the $60 million man on the pitch. And he was brought in, JB, he was brought in to rectify this problem.
Yeah.
But we're still seeing the same problem.
Yeah,
and it's getting worse.
Space creator now, though.
It is worse. It is worse. Hey, it's worse.
Worse, yeah.
How do you go to the doctor for the flu? He gives you the vaccine. He gives you the stuff to get you going, and you feel worse than you did when you.
And you go back. You go back next week. You go, hey doc, I feel worse. That can't be.
You go back.
You the best vaccine in the world. No, but I feel worse. I can't even lift my head off the
worse. Bed. We have there's a fundamental issue here. There's a fundamental issue here with number one philosophy. There's another issue here with the desire. See, there's a difference in the will to win and the desire. Desire means I've got to, no matter what, I've got to get this. This is what you're supposed to have a desire to win the game tonight. And the manager's coming out after the game saying if you can't win, get a point.
Yeah,
that's the, you know what, JB? You know what, JB? Let me paint this picture for you. You know what that is, JB? What he just said. That was the year we bottled the league and we went to we went over to Man City Stadium. And what did we come back with? What did we come back with the year we went over there? 1 point. What did Roger say? What did they say? What was it? Roger that said it, or whoever it was that said, "Oh well, we knew that when they came to get a point, we knew that they weren't really serious about winning."
Yeah.
And what did they tell you tonight? What the manager said? If you can't win, get a what? Get a point.
If you can't win, get a point.
Yep. So don't be surprised now in the Carabao Cup when Chelsea show up and they do us 4-3 or 4-2 on aggregate. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Take that into consideration too. When we played Palace, the only thing saved us there was penalty kicks. If that was the actual league game, that's another point. I just want you to understand, just kind of paint that picture for you.
Oh man, honestly, man.
Because even if we get past the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, we still got to go to the final.
Honestly, yeah. We've got the Carabao Cup, haven't we? You'll have Chelsea with the new manager bounce Carabao Cup 2 legs.
Champions League. Oh, everybody. Oh, yeah, undefeated. And how many times I keep telling everybody? I said, wouldn't it be the most Arsenal thing to go undefeated in the group stage in the league phase, and then turn around and get to the knockout, and then we'll get sent home right away. We'll run into some team. We'll get drawn with some team.
I was telling people last year. Liverpool was undefeated. They got knocked out against PSG.
Not clean right out. Not clean out. I just don't understand. Well, a lot of that shifty. I hear what you're saying, brother, and I think that comes down to the manager instills that kind of belief. Look at when I say that, I'm talking. Look at Leeds, where Leeds was at. Matter of fact, I scrap that. Let's scrap Leeds. Let's go to Fulham. Look at where Fulham was at about 4 weeks ago.
They were fighting. They were getting dragged into relegation.
And now, where are they at now?
Brentford. Look at Brentford, 5th.
JB, I keep telling people, let's take Unai Emery, let's just erase him. Let's say Arteta had Aston Villa start the season, and they had not scored any goals for the first 4 games of the season.
Facts.
Do you think that Mikel Arteta would have Arsenal or have Aston Villa where they are in the table now? There's no chance in hell.
With losing his best players and not able to buy them.
No chance in hell. No chance in hell. And I don't have to be rocket science to know that. So then when I look at these other teams and I see these players, you look at Palace, they lost Eze. What are they doing? They're still hanging around. Look at Brentford. They're consistently losing their best players. Consistently over the last couple of years. They lose Ivan Toney. They lose Mbeumo. What are they doing?
Wissa's gone.
Wissa's over at Newcastle. You see, he's gone. And then they go get Thiago at 16 goals.
The manager.
16 goals. He finds 16 goals. He got Thiago. 16 goals. It's final. Most goals in the Premier League scored by Brazilian.
Check this out, right? Let's let this sink in. Thiago of Brentford Football Club that have lost their best players and their manager with a new manager in place.
Yep.
Has scored 16 goals.
16.
We have paid £70 million for a striker that's scoring goals with his eyes shut in Portugal, and he can't even get a shot on goal.
JB, and he's 4 goals off of Haaland. Thiago is 4 goals off of catching Haaland.
4 goals off of the best striker in the world of football. And we've paid £70 million for a striker that can't even get a shot on goal in 7 matches.
0 shots in 7 games. And you telling me I'm
crazy? And the frightening thing is, if we do get over the line this season, this manager's going to get a 3-4 year contract handed to him. You know it. You know it's coming.
97 goals.
That's when I'll be on to the Gronkies.
97 goals in 102 games. 97 goals, and all of a sudden he can't. Oh, he doesn't know anything.
97 goals in 102 games.
Nope, I
Victor
refuse to believe
Gyokeres, and now he can't even get one shot in 7.
JB, I know folks are saying he is rough.
And yet this manager doesn't ruin strikers.
Yeah. That's why I say I refuse to believe it that he's that bad. I refuse it. I rebuke that because I know better. I've seen it. He's got to buy their work.
Poor Matty.
Eze. Same thing with Eze. Eze, the same thing with Eze.
Bad.
Oh, Eze's out. He's out of form.
Poor.
Me and you set up. We set up a couple of weeks ago, and we watched an hour's worth of footage of Eze. And what did we both say? That's not the same player that's playing for this football club. That's not the same player. That's not what. Look, how many times did we see Eze all over the pitches, all over the place?
Crap.
Yeah, and now he goes over here, and then his form is all out of whack.
Martinelli's been crap for 2 seasons. Still gets on the pitch before Ethan.
He accommodates. Not only does he get on the pitch, he accommodates him. He accommodates these players. He accommodates Odegaard. He accommodates Saka. Matt Wakey comes on in the last 3 games, every time, last 2. Just basically whenever he comes on, Matt Wakey offers pace down the wing every single time. He refuses to start him. Nothing different from the last time we played Liverpool.
We are going to set up this. We are going to be setting up. Mark my words, and I've said this from day one. By the end of January, February, as soon as Havertz is fit,
same as last season.
We are going to be setting up with the same 11 that couldn't get us over the finishing line last season and the season before.
And what does that tell you about the manager? He's stubborn. What does that tell you? The minute you see that lineup, that tells you all you need to know. Take a picture of it. When we see that lineup,
I'm taking a picture of it. 100%.
Say 20, 24.
I said to the guy sitting next to me. He's going, oh, look at the Gyokeres. I said, don't worry. As soon as Havertz is fit,
he'll be back.
He'll be gone. Oh, I don't want Havertz up front. I said, that's your option.
Yeah, get ready. Yeah.
You've got Odegaard back in the midfield. He's dropped Eze. He's killed him. He's finished. He ain't even going. He's not going to the World Cup. He's done. Finished.
Yeah, people talking about strikers and all that. Are we going to sign in attack? We're not signing attacking players up under this match, putting them over there. We got all his players is here.
Big up Gianni, absolute legend. Make sure you go and follow Gianni, sub Gianni. Big up the 2 legends, DJB and Matty. This game was a disgrace. 100% Gianni. It was dreadful. It was worse than that. It was disappointing. It was flat. It was weak. It was feeble. It lacked ideas. It lacked creation. Everything. Needed a statement win, and we did that. Absolutely garbage. System killing Gyokeres. It's killed him. He looks awful, Gianni. Yeah. He looks awful.
They'll tell you it's not but the talking heads will tell you it's not a service issue. I just showed you the graphic.
Big up, Gianni. Thanks, brother. 100%.
I'll do it again. Y'all think I'm playing out of service?
Out of service. Yeah, it's gone.
No good. No good. This 0 shots, JB. Not goals. 0 shots in 7 games.
That's what I mean.
Striker.
I said it. I said it on DG's channel the other day. I said he's got to start being a bit more selfish.
Yeah, he's going to have to say the hell with
what he's got to start demanding. And this is where the bust up will come. He's going to turn around and say, "I'm fed up with all these tactics. I'm going to be on that penalty spot. I'm going to hang around in the box. I'm not going to be chasing here, chasing there. You find me. I'm not looking to create chances for everyone else. You create chances for me."
Yep.
And when he gets an eye on goal, shoot.
Yep.
He's got to be selfish.
He's going to start taking the ball off of us. What did I tell you? He's going to start. Yeah.
He's got to start. You know, like when you're in the school playground.
Yeah.
And you're playing football, you start tackling your own teammates because you want to score.
The ball off of it, yeah.
Especially when the little cutie pie is watching on the corner, the girl that you fancy. You want to impress her, don't you? You start tackling your own mates to try and score a goal.
Yep.
He's going to start doing that.
Yeah.
Oh no. Matty, it's bad, isn't it, though? When you think about it, look at this. Look, Vincenzo Petroni, big up my brother, spent 1.3 billion and can't work out how to beat a low block.
JB, let me tell you about this low block. You know what the bad part about it? Shout out to Vincenzo. check this out right here. The worst part about that whole low block situation is we invite the team to create the low block.
Yeah,
because of the way we play.
Yeah,
you basically as soon as we start playing, they just drop into the low block. They can't.
Liverpool second half didn't play the low block. They dominated the game.
Yeah,
there were spaces there in the second half. We just couldn't get the ball.
Nope. And that's what they said in the
broadcast. Winning the ball, we were second best.
Yeah, that's what they said in the broadcast.
We couldn't create anything with it.
They said the way Slot set up, they weren't going to do anything tonight.
Was the Wirtz Challenger pen? I thought there might have been a slight trip, but it looked it live to me. But
that was a 50-50.
VAR saw different.
Yeah, that was a 50-50.
Yeah,
for me, it was. He might. I could see him. I could see him giving it, but I don't. It's one of those ones that I just shrugged my shoulders at it.
I've been saying it. Big up. The manager could make Yamal look like a League One player. He'd make him look non-league.
You get Pele.
He has done Gyokeres. Andy Carroll at Dagenham and Redbridge looks better than Gyokeres.
I've seen strikers.
That makes sense.
Me and Lee was up the other night watching Wrexham, and that Smith brother, that played for Wrexham Smith. We were looking at these players down in the championship, and they look 10 times better than what our striker look. I said, why do our striker look like that? It's the philosophy of this manager. This manager is
Thiago's the best example, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because Thiago came in with a completely new environment, and what has he done? 16 goals.
And who never played against Arsenal when we played Brentford at home?
Yeah, we got him at the very end of the game with 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
Again, people say we've been lucky. We have been lucky this season. We played a Liverpool side tonight, and they had their strikers injured. Salah was at AFCON. TK was injured. So we played a Liverpool team tonight with no strike force.
Yeah, we got a couple of teams that was in the mud. Remember, we played Brighton. They didn't have anybody when we in the cup.
We played Brighton with injury problems. We played a Brentford with Thiago not fully fit.
We scraped by against Wolves. Scraped by against Bournemouth.
Scraped against Wolves. Couple of own goals here. Set pieces here.
Yep. Scraped by against Bournemouth.
I'll tell you something. Gabby Magalhaes. 20 goals for Arsenal Football Club.
Think about that.
Centre half is scoring 20 goals for Arsenal Football Club under this manager.
And you tell me something ain't wrong here? You're telling me something ain't wrong when your centre back.
You're telling me that Saka's world class and all these players that we've got in attacking positions are world class and everything else, and you've got a defender scoring 20 goals for Arsenal Football Club. That tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it?
More than what you need to know. More than what you need to know.
Yeah. Aston Villa, we was lucky then. We were getting spammed in the first half, and Onana had to come off. Kamara was suspended. Yep. I think Matty Cash weren't playing either. So they had no Kamara, no Cash, and Onana came off injured. People don't realise, we're top of the league and it's brilliant, and we've had moments, and we've played some. I don't know. Have we played some good football? We've played football. I wouldn't say it's been brilliant. It's not exactly 22-23 season. We've got lucky in a lot of games. We've been lucky. We got lucky tonight. Sorry, I wouldn't say lucky on play. Liverpool didn't create much, but they dominated the whole of the second half. And if they'd have really put their foot down and really wanted it, I think they could have took all 3 points.
Yeah, I think that you see games like tonight, and it's another example of why this manager he fails to get it done in crunch time situation.
And this is what worries me. Can you imagine going to the Etihad? Right, imagine it goes to that game against Man City, Matty. We've got to go to the Etihad. I can see that tonight's performance being repeated at the Etihad, and we needing 3 points to win the league.
Yeah, that's what scares me, JB, because nobody sees that until nobody in the family. They won't see it until it's right there. It's just like when Spurs, we needed Spurs to beat them. When we needed Spurs to beat them, And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, man, root for Spurs and root for Spurs." Why are we in that situation in the first place?
We see it.
Yep. Why are we in that situation?
That's the problem. See, this is why we keep our feet on the ground. This is why we're balanced. This is why we don't start saying madness about quadruples and all of this. Because that performance tonight, if he needs 3 points, like he needed it tonight to go 8 points clear, if he needs to get 3 points to win a title, that's the performance that this manager will give you at the Etihad in April.
Yep.
And that's the worrying thing. That's why we say it's not done yet. Keep it at 100. Keep it real. And people say to me, "Oh, why aren't you getting excited? Why aren't you this? Why aren't you that? Why are you being..." I'm not being negative. I'm just spitting facts. Because this manager keeps letting me down, letting us down. He builds you up. He's like that Jenga. What's that game? The game Jenga. Have you seen Jenga?
When you pull it up,
pull the bits of wood out and you build it up and you build it up, and when it gets too wobbly, it just falls down.
You can never get it all the way with this manager. You can never get it all the way up. You can never get it all the way up. It keeps falling. Everything
you never get to the top. It just falls. Jenga.
Exactly.
That's what he is. That's what Arsenal Football Club is. It's like playing Jenga.
Absolute disgrace.
Arsenal Football Club is like playing Jenga. It builds you up and then suddenly you just fall. Listen, I'm not looking at our league position. I'm looking at a football match that I went to see tonight. In the rain, freezing cold, after work, on the train delayed coming home. I didn't get home till gone midnight. I'm looking at a football match. I'm looking at a game of football that a lot of fans put their time and effort to go and see, and a lot of fans stayed at home to go and see, and vice versa. And on a game of football, that performance was unacceptable. Period. Despite the fact whether you're 6 points clear, despite the fact you can go 8 points clear, despite the fact that you go top of the table, that was a football match that football fans wanted to go and see. And that performance and the lack of nous from that manager, in-game management, was non-existent. And that's all you have to say about the football match, mate. That is it. Glad my cousin Josh King Fulham doesn't play under Arteta. I'm still not convinced. Oh, right, okay, young. Big up my friend Josh King. Wow. That's his cousin. Winning the league tonight was a perfect opportunity for us. Arteta is crap. If we bottle the league, get out. 100%, friend. 100%. Welcome to the community, young. Make sure you sub to Matty the Southern Gooner and myself, DJB, the Arsenal Huddle. Doesn't cost anything, people. Just put a sub. Make sure you smash a like, if nothing else. That really helps the channel. Thank you very much for all of your comments. Wow, look at that. I've literally come through the door and been on here 2.5 hours. I was only going to do a quick hour. Matty, what can I say, my friend? It's been honestly, thank you for joining me. It was a lovely surprise. Really was a lovely surprise, my friend. I could feel you wanting to. When I spoke to you earlier, you're thinking, oh, I've got to get on. Yeah. We're back here again, Matty. Did you fear?
Yeah, man. It's just another JB. It's just when you see this, we've seen that story. We've seen this over and over and over, and who knows? We could go on to win the league. This might be a blip, but I can tell you now, if we don't, it'll be because of nights like tonight. It'll be just like these kind of situations tonight.
Yeah,
that will cause us to miss out on this opportunity. We've got more games coming, and we're moving more. What disturbs me the most about this, JB, is that we're moving more and more away from, like I said earlier, stockpiling the points to where if you have a night like tonight where it doesn't hurt you. Now they're going to start hurting you really bad. When you drop points now, it's going to really start hurting. This is why anybody who's known me, who has followed me since I've been on YouTube, will tell you, I've said year after year, you never want to discount the first half of the season. And you never want to drop points in the first hand of the season, because those points you may end up needing on the back end. And how many times have I told you on the phone, JB, I'd rather, when we were going through that patch where we were just scraping by and scraping by and scraping by and scraping by and scraping by, how many times have I told you I wish we could be doing that in April?
Yeah.
And we need to come down this stretch where we just, just a header in at the last few minutes. A header, I'm afraid that what's scaring me is that we've used up all our get out of jail passes. We're starting to use them up now. And at some point, like we were talking a couple of minutes ago, there's going to be that part of the season where we start dropping points, and it's going to be in at least a 2 or 3 game run. And if we're just sitting around hoping that City drop points, that they're not going to get it together. If you keep giving that team the opportunity to catch you again, and Aston Villa, this is why I had to tell Tony Clark-Gunnar last night. You keep talking about City, Aston Villa's still there. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And if we drop points like tonight, they win. Guess what they do? They gain more ground. They're right back where they were. Out of all those fixtures that you saw, you can't tell me you think we win in every fixture that we just saw, that we looked at earlier. We're not winning every fixture. We know better.
No, there's going to be bumps in the road.
We know better than that.
It's going to be bumps in the road. The problem is we had a chance to take a bump in the road, and that's the thing. We've not done it. We've not done it.
JB, if we would have beat City, and if we would have beat Liverpool, that was 6 points. If we'd had those 6 points plus the 69, how many points do we? How many points? 12, right? 12 points. That's a little pattern, right? That's a little. Okay, a draw here, a loss.
People don't want to listen. When we had the chance to take it and beat Man City at the Emirates, beat Liverpool at Anfield, we didn't take it, and this all could come back to haunt us. Tonight's result, it could all come back to haunt us, because the players now. I know the players know they're 6 points clear, but in the players' minds now, they're going, here we go again. We could have gone 8. Another big game. We failed.
They're starting to say this feels familiar, especially those that went through the 8-point bottle job.
Yeah, it's failed.
It's feel familiar.
It's failed. This is looking familiar. This is looking like this is looking like it used to be. This is it. So they're thinking it. Matty, I didn't know that Lee. I got a link from Lee. Did you get one?
No, I hadn't got one tonight.
No, I got a link from Lee saying if I was live, but I've only literally just read it, and that was about an hour ago. But he's still live, so I'm going to raid over to Lee.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send it to you, brother?
Yeah, I'll hop on it for a few minutes. Yeah, I'll hop on. I got it.
Yeah, you got it?
No, I had, but if you send it to me, I'll hop on with you.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna raid over. I've got to get a bed. I've got to get up in the morning, mate. I might pop on for 5 minutes. Yeah, no, I'll go on for 5 minutes.
I got 30 minutes. Yeah, I got 30 minutes. I just realized it was so late.
Time. I didn't realize it. I've just sent you over the link. So I'm gonna raid over to Lee's. We're gonna go over to Lee. Yeah, he's still live. But thank you very much, all the chat, for joining me late at night. Matty for coming on as well. Make sure that you sub to Matty the Southern Gooner. Make sure you sub to the Arsenal Huddle as well. Smash a like on it. That'd be brilliant. All I can say, it was wet. It was wild. It wasn't very exciting. Arsenal dropped points at home. We're still 6 points clear. But some of the cracks has reared their ugly head again, unfortunately. And we're keeping our feet on the floor, people. We're keeping our feet on the floor. It's not over yet. Long way to go. Long way to go. But come on, you Gunners. Let's keep the faith. And hopefully we can get there in the end. But buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Take care, people. Love to all. Bless everyone. Keep safe. Take care. Bye for now.
What's up?